All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim, Racha Kodash, and double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who do well. Peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect. Shalom Barakatam. The topic I want to speak about today was a clip that I saw on the Achaean Post on the community page about how Esau has basically acknowledged that the UFO phenomenon, the UAP phenomenon that's been in the news the past several years, that's gotten a lot of more mainstream, not just views, but credibility. They basically back in like 2017, they basically started announcing through official channels of the U.S. government that these things existed. Man, before this, it was always unconfirmed. They always had the documents, but they were sealed within the Pentagon. But now they're declassifying them, and they're fully on record acknowledging these. All of the pilots that got silenced, you know, they basically said that they could, you know, give their report now. And so this coincided with the eclipse back in 2017 that we had. And ever since then, just more and more footage is being released. So much so that Trump, I think in 2017, had the Space Force built. All right. So something happened, all right, during that year, around 2017, where he starts disclosing all of this information. But now, in the article that the brother posted, I believe it's Daily Mail, it says the government believes that these are angels, all right, that these fit the description of the Bible, man. I kid you not. I wish I had the article, but I'm on my phone right now. I don't have my tablet with me. But Esau's basically saying it now, all right, because this guy knows he's probably seen angels face to face, you know, who look not too different from myself. All right, and what I mean by that is, you know, dark skin, woolly hair, you know, and and they're terrified, man. They are terrified. It's not a reason. It's not a coincidence that this guy, you know, Klaus Schwab over there in the World Economic Forum, you didn't really hear much about this guy until, you know, a few years ago, really. All right, and in 2019 is when they set up this first phase of this plan, because we all know what happened in 2020, right? And all of a sudden, these people are all over the place declaring all of these policies and trying to scare you, talking about we're going to eat this and you can't drive. But they killed, I don't know how many cows over there in Europe, man, in the Netherlands, just under the guise of you know, the changing of the climate. You see, so all of these things basically happen, and now what we're starting to see is the Lord is slowly but surely and methodically uncovering this, sometimes by Esau's own mouth official channels, and sometimes by these alternative news guys just piecing things together. And it's getting to the point now he's not going to be able to hide it at all. He's going to have to show his hand. Anyway, I want to read Jeremiah 49:7. It says, concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman. All right. And the reason we say that is because Teman was known, all right, what we call the Temanites, or will be like the Amalekites, or the German Austro-Hungarian sect, that part of Europe. All right, Germany, Austria, Hungary, a lot of Amalekites, you know, basically inhabited that region after they shed their previous name, you know, starts with a K and ends with Zar. All right, and they were in that region, and that's where the bulk of Edomite engineering and advanced weaponry all came out of there, man. When those guys, the mustache man in the 40s, man, the spirit was on them to craft all kind of things engineering wise. And to this day, German engineering is top tier, top notch. But America took a lot of those scientists over here to found NASA and various other projects. Most people know about NASA, but they don't tell you about all the scientists they took that went on all these defense projects, that went, I mean, into everything, mind control. All they were studying everything, man. It wasn't just space rocket propulsion. All right. But the reason I bring that out is because Teman is the seat of wisdom for Esau, man. That's what it is. That's why, you know, Cotton Schwab over there is telling you what the plan is, because they're supposed to be the light of this world, you know, which they are. You know, Satan has light. Now it's going to lead you to be destroyed, but they have light. They know things, man. But the spirit is not upright in them, the scriptures say. All right. So the Temanites, because Teman was an ancient city in Edom, all right, so is Basra, all right, and so sometimes you'll hear the scriptures refer to Esau as one of those ancient cities, you know, like Teman or Basra, all right. So let me read this again. Jeremiah 49:7. It says, "Is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished?" All right. Why does it say that their wisdom's vanished? Because most of the current technology, the Germans led the way on that, man. Okay. The Amalekites led the way on that, man. They funded it, and the Most High dealt with them, you know, on the left hand side to come up with a lot of these technologies, man. When you watch the movie Oppenheimer, he said they referred to it as "you wish science," because when you look at Oppenheimer, Albert Einstein, all right, Bohr, and all of these other individuals, a lot of that came out of Germany, Vienna, Austria, okay, in that area, man. A lot of it, you see. So, and we know the money comes from them, you know, from the Amalekites. All right, so this is what the scriptures mean, man. That wisdom that's led the world into the first industrial revolution, the second industrial revolution, the third industrial revolution. All right, now this Temanite is getting up on stage at the economic forum talking about the fourth industrial revolution. All right, which is gonna end in your enslavement. All right, unless Yahushua returns, which he will. All right. Now it says, verse 8, "Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him." All right. And this is a telltale sign that the Lord is getting ready to bring the calamity on Esau, because this is the time where his pride is at an all-time high. He's been all over the earth, and he got his claws into every nation on the earth in one way, shape, or form. Okay, if he's not in your country stealing land or resources or enslaved you to the US dollar, then the country next to you has. All right, and before you know it, those two countries are going to be fighting each other, and Esau's going to fund them, and you know how Esau gets down. But this guy's basically everywhere, man. He's at his peak, so he's going to be proud as hell. All right, and that's how we know that the Lord is on his way, man, because that's when the Lord shows up. All right, the Lord had us in Egypt at Egypt's height, man. Egypt never became as great as it was, all right, from when we left. Okay, they had a few kings and rules, and they did a few things, but their strength never returned. They were never at full strength ever again after that. Okay, and that's what's gonna happen here, man. All right, the same thing happened to Babylon. When the Babylonians had us in captivity, they were at their peak. They were at their strength. The Babylonians have never gotten back to that level. Same thing with the Persians. The Persians had us in captivity. The Achaemenid Empire, man, they were powerful, man. But when the Lord took them down when they were under our captivity, that was it. They never had a resurgence. The same thing, all right, with the Edomite empires, okay? But you had the Greeks and then the Romans, right? They both went down, but the scriptures prophesy about them coming down and then them coming back. And that's the only beast that is spoken about in that way, man. All right. And so when he said it comes back, it has to come back and be superior again, man. All right. So that's where, fast forward, that's where we are today. Okay. And this is the stage being set, man. And it already really is set, man. Verse 9, if grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some gleaning grapes? If thieves by night, they will destroy till they've had enough. All right. And what that's basically meaning is saying even a thief would have left something, man. All right. Even a thief just gets what he can carry or what he can need, but this guy will take more than he can carry, more than he needs. All right. You can just look at America. He's not even using but 10% of the land. All right. All included, farming and everything. He is 10%. You know, people only really live in like 5%. Okay. So this guy is completely and utterly insatiable, man, and wicked. And it says, verse 10, which is really the main point, but I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. So when the scriptures say, when the mystery of iniquity doeth already work, this is what it's talking about, this guy being made bare. And the fact that they're coming in now telling you the truth out of necessity, because they would never tell you this if they didn't know that it was inevitable that these chariots are about to show up on behalf of the Israelites. Okay, so get ready for us to be public enemy number one, man. All right, because once it's clear who these chariots are here for, they're gonna come down with great wrath, man. And that's why the scriptures say they're gonna lift up the Lord's gonna have to lift up a standard for us. All right, this is a deadly serious situation, man. All right, for guys that are playing around, you know, like, what are y'all doing, man? Y'all not watching the news? Y'all not asking, and y'all not curious about where this is going, what they're about to do? You know, you have a president that's basically, you know, DOA, man. The guy's not there. They're launching strikes in Yemen with this nigga as president, and the Secretary of Defense is literally incapacitated somewhere in a hospital. Like, who's running America, man? All right, it should be crystal clear to you, like, whoa, wait a minute, who is running America? Because they're still able to do all of these strikes and coordinate and blah 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 with no heads, because these politicians, these are just figures, man. All right, y'all should be having inquiring minds about what's happening, man, but you don't, because the Lord put a spirit of sleep on you, man. All right, and if the Lord doesn't see fit to pull that sleep off of you so you can wake up and repent, then you're going to be destroyed, man. All right. It says, but I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. All right. That's what the Lord said he was going to do, and that's what the Lord is doing. Who we are and who they are is going to be crystal clear. I believe the Lord's going to give unequivocal evidence, man. You know, I don't know how, I don't know, you know, by what means, but the Lord is going to show it, man. All right. And if every member of the elect are not into the fold by then they will be. All right. They will be in that day, man. All right. Because that's the first thing that happens before war is waged. The enemies, they separate from one another. All right. They stop communicating and they stop trading. Okay. Right now, we're still trading with the devil, with the enemy, but there's going to come a day where we're going to have to be as pilgrims, withdrawn from this place, man. All right. But moving on, it says, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, all right, and his neighbors, and he is not. All right. So all of these, the high level Edomites, the low level Edomites, all right, they're the ones bringing out the most information on this guy, man. When you read the news, all right, it's the Israelites and then these alternative news sites, man. All right. And it says, let me see. Verse 11, leave thy fatherless children, I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me. All right. So the high level ones, like I was saying, they're going to be preserved, man. We're going to literally bind them up. Scripture said we're going to bind up their kings in fetters of iron. All right. So they're going to be bound up and they're going into slavery. Anybody that's the so-called elite, and that's getting ready to be a curse. All right. You're going to have about 5 minutes in that bunker before we show up. Okay. And when I mean we, I mean Yahweh Shai, the angels and the elect and our heavenly bodies, man. All right. And it says, verse 12, for thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. All right. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. So you're not going to get away with this, man. You thought all the slavery was a long time ago, and the Lord just let y'all win and win and win and win, man. It's to the point everybody knows. Everybody, English is basically the lingua franca, man, which is Latin for the frontal language, or the front language, which is the language that everybody speaks. All right, from different cultures and backgrounds. All right. That's why, man, because you have been winning, man. You're in every nation. But the Lord said he's not going to let you go unpunished, man. And these chariots that we're seeing is the sign of that. And this guy knows it, man. He knows it. All right. It won't be long now before we start seeing these real ships manifest. Like they had the debacle down there in Miami with the mall, the alien. They call the alien a 10-foot alien. All right, well, but there's still a lot of questions around it. Was it true? Was it a psyop? This and that. I'm telling you, it's going to be undeniable. All right, the Lord's literally going to show it, and then we're going to be questioning all of the wisdom from Teenan, man. Oh, I thought the Big Bang Theory and light speed travel was, you needed this much energy to do that, and blah blah blah, and all this bullshit that he's created over the years as his education is going to be confounded, man. All right, you're going to see the laws of physics be defied right before your very eyes, and he's not going to have an explanation for it. All right. It says, verse 13, for I have sworn by myself. So the Lord swore on himself here. Think about that, man. The Lord Yahweh. All right. The Ancient of Days, man. All right. Swore by himself, saith the Lord Yahweh, that Basra shall become a desolation and a reproach. All right. So there's that word Basra again, but it's talking about the Edomites. All right. It says a waste and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste, man. So wait a minute, Basra is a city. So how can Basra, which is a single city, have a bunch of cities? You see? So this tells you that this Basra is talking about the Edomite Empire. All right. That's mainly America and all the cities they're in. And then out there in the UK, these devils, wherever they are, they're going to get overthrown, man. All right. It says, I have heard a rumor from the Lord Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent unto the heathen, unto the heathen, saying, gather ye together and come against her and rise up to the battle. All right. It says, for lo, I will make thee small among the heathen and despised among men. All right. So that's what's happening right now. You've been made bare, and the Lord showed your skirt. All right. You go like, wait a minute, that's not even a woman. This is a blasphemy. People are going to be upset. People are going to be angry, man. That's what's happening. You've been made small among the heathen. That's why BRICS exists. That's why Saudi Arabia is backpedaling out of the petrodollar, man. All right. That's why for decades and decades, the Shia and the Sunni Muslims over there have been fighting each other, but now they're teaming up. Now Iran is fighting on behalf of Palestinians, which the Palestinians were mainly Sunni, man. Them in Saudi Arabia are the Sunnis, and Iran are the Shias. But these groups they're now teaming together against you, man. That's not good. That's not good for you, Esau, at all, man. These chariots showing up, these people getting frustrated and tired of you. You know, your own people infuriated because you shut down their farms, talking about we don't have enough money to get that because the energy prices are up 40% now, and then they're watching you give money to Ukraine. They're rioting, man. They're upset. You see, this is all scripture, man. Okay, and the Lord said, I swear on myself, I'm gonna make this place desolate, man. That's how we know this place has gotta go, man. It's gotta go, absolutely. You know, this is one of the best. Well, you can't really say best, but this is one of the meatiest parts of the scriptures right here, man. Jeremiah 49, Jeremiah 50, Jeremiah 51. All right, meaty in the context of this time that we're living in. All right. It says, verse 16, thy terribleness hath deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart. O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill, though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord Yahweh, man. And then it goes on and on and on about the destruction of the Edomites, who are the rulers of the earth, man. And you have to be able to piece it together. And the Christians can't get this. They can't understand it. You know, there are even some Israelite groups that can't get this. They can't understand it. They think Edomites are going to get a pass because, you know, Jesus. Well, if you call on Jesus, he forgives anybody. No, he's not, man. He didn't even come for all of Israel. He came for the elect. The elect are the only ones that are going to be forgiven, and that's why the elect escape the judgment. The 2/3 will be cut off and die. Why are they getting cut off and die? Because their sins were not forgiven. So they got to pay for it themselves. You owe that tab. You know? Like a man comes in and at the table he say, all right, I'm going to pay the tab. I've got you, and you. Yeah, they're on my tab. I'm paying it. That's what Yahushua did for the elect. And everybody else at the table, whatever their tab is, you owe it, man. All right? You see, that's why it's a prerequisite to believe on the Messiah, man. It's not just keeping the law. It's not just being an Israelite. All right? You got to get with the program. But see, the Edomites are butthurt, or these so-called white people, these Christians are butthurt because they think it's about what you look like. It has nothing to do with what you look like. What you look like can be important, but it's only even important because of what Esau did. He's whitewashed everything. That's why we have to bring it up. It's really just correcting the lie, but it has no bearing on your genealogy, who you descend from, man. All right? Jacob was scattered all over the earth, and we were promised to be redeemed from all over the earth. You think we were there for millennia, all right, for 2,000 years, and we all still got afros? All right? That's absurd, man. All right? Anyway, I'll end it there, man. You know, Lord willing, this is edifying. Call halal, Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rachapadash. Shalom, Am Yashra.